beautiful BBs. Welcome to Bullshit Movie News. We haven't done Bullshit Movie News in a hot minute, but there was a bunch of bullshit movie news that came out recently. So let's talk about it. Opening story, big news. It's just been announced. Joss Whedon probably is going to be writing and directing a Batgirl movie. Oh, it's totally confirmed. Okay, it's totally confirmed. He's doing it. He's in. So I'm in. This is the first DCEU movie that I'm like really interested in. Like if Joss Whedon's doing it, I'm in. Like, say no more, fam. I trust that guy. He's a creative genius. Good for you, Warner Brothers, hiring someone who's fucking awesome. You know, because Marvel kind of did him wrong. Marvel did Joss Whedon wrong after the Avengers. He made the Avengers for them, which is fucking amazing. Set the bar and the tone and the standard for like superhero movies. Like, it's insane. And then they had him do back-to-back another Avengers movie, Avengers 2, and it was just way too much work for him in such a small amount of time. And I think that they forced him to put 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag, and he did everything that they asked him to do. The movie overall wasn't great. It wasn't something that I felt like he was very proud of. It was, you know, he was under too much influence by the studio, and I think that they kind of like ran him ragged. And he's like crazy prolific, and if you're like running Joss Whedon ragged, like, you guys need to chill out, because that guy is a true talent, and you need to let him breathe, and like you need to foster his creativity, because he really is that talented. So so I'm excited to see what he does with Batgirl. First and foremost, I would like to talk about some weird custody battle issues going on between Sony and Marvel and Disney and Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man is the child. He is, he's being custody battled, I guess. There was some new news that broke that Sony may be taking Spider-Man back from Marvel Disney after Spider-Man Homecoming and a prequel and a sequel to that movie. And after that, Sony is planning on trying to take Spider-Man back so they can ruin him again. Because they just have never learned their lesson, and Sony is just, they need to shut down their whole movie division, to be quite honest with you. Like, they're making a lot, like, they have made a lot of mistakes, and they continue to do so, and this is another huge mistake that they're gonna make. They've also announced that they're doing a Venom movie, which I think is a huge mistake, especially if Spider-Man is not going to be in it. Tom Holland has said that I'm not a part of this, I'm not in this. So I don't know whether that means they'll have a different Spider-Man in there or what. Nobody knows. It's a whole thing. Personally, I just have always felt like Venom is one of those characters where everybody thinks that he's really, really cool just because he looks really cool, but not because there's actual substance in there. Like, he looks really cool. I'm not going to say that Venom doesn't look cool as shit, because he does. I don't know if they're doing Eddie Brock Venom. It may be a different one. I wish they would do like Agent Venom or something like that, which was like Flash Thompson, which is like Peter's old bully, and then like he was in war and his legs like get blown off in an IED like problem, and then they have the Venom suit and he ends up becoming like soldier, like Agent Venom. That's the only time I've ever been interested in Venom. Any of the Eddie Brock stuff, I've just been like, ugh. So I don't know, I think Sony's crazy and whatever. Okay, moving on. It trailer came out since my preconceived notions, and I did watch the trailer. I mean, the trailer looked really good. The trailer did look really good. It gave me a little bit of goosebumps, you know, but that's because I've read the book, and I know in my mind, like, this movie's amazing. Like, in my brain, like, it is like so fucking scary and so fucking awesome, and I'm just like, I would love to see it well adapted, but I'm not gonna get on the hype train for this movie just because the trailer was like good, because it's an algorithm. Everybody knows how to make a good trailer these days. So far, the trailer looks great. I'm not gonna get on the hype train yet, so we'll see. In other news, I just saw that Jordan Peele has been tapped to potentially direct a live-action version of Akira. Akira is a very, very, very Japanese thing, okay? Katsuhiro Otomo, it was originally these really insane mangas that are like this thick, and there's like a ton of them. Like, it's like Encyclopedia Britannica. Like, there's a lot of these friggin' books. And I have read them. I read them all in one go. The art in it is just like, I don't even understand, you know? Like, it's so insane. And so that manga eventually got turned into an anime. That anime is an alchemical piece of artwork. It's magic. I went to a panel on Dragon Con. Joe the Peacock told me all about it at this fucking panel. There's just no way to top it. I don't feel like it's very Japanese. It's a masterwork. It is a masterwork, not only in hand-drawn animation, but in art. And I don't think that it should be touched, and I don't need any live-action Akiras stinking up my universe. So I love Jordan Peele. I want to see more of his movies. I'm totally down for more of his direction. But I don't want to see him doing Akira. I don't want to see anybody doing Akira, though. It's not a personal thing. It's just like I don't want to see anybody doing Akira, because just watch the anime. Read the mangas. It's not going to... And it doesn't make sense. You're going to read them and you're going to watch it and it's not going to make sense to your Western brain because it's so Japanese. Like, it just doesn't translate, in my opinion. I love it. I appreciate it. I own it. I watch it a lot. Actually, I've been watching it a lot recently, and I have it on all the time, and it's an achievement in art. And another frustrating thing about this is that, Jordan Peele, who directed Get Out, which was a very small budget movie, it was a very modest budget movie that did really well for itself. Again, Hollywood wants to take someone who literally just made one good small film and then put them on one of the hardest, biggest fucking things to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to go from Get Out to Akira is like a huge fucking jump. I don't want to see that. I want to see Jordan Peele do the next logical step in his directing career after Get Out, which is something that's a little bit bigger with a little bit bigger of a budget. I don't want to see him go from a $10 million budget to a $250 million budget, because that's where things get fucked up. And I don't think that most directors would be ready to make that sort of jump. And I want to see him succeed and build upon his success and build his own success. I don't know. Maybe he loves Akira. I don't know. I would want someone Japanese also. If it's going to be done, we need a Japanese person in there. It's really Japanese, guys. It's real Japanese. It's real deep in the Japanese culture, real deep. Huge controversy, guys.
What is it?
Oh my god, I don't know if you heard, but last week I had a tight bun on top of my head and everyone lost their shit. Oh my god, it was such an emotional landmine for people. I had no idea it was going to be so distracting and upsetting for everyone. Didn't even cross my mind. Honestly, I had just washed my hair the night before, so it was really lank. And you really can't do much with it when it's just freshly washed. So I just put it in a bun, which I do all the time. I just put it on top of my head because I think it looks cool, Although some of you guys out there really liked it, so yeah. The hairstyle was so distracting to people. I don't care if you like my hair or not like my hair. I'm going to continue to wear my hair like that in my everyday life because I don't give a fuck. But I'm not going to do it again on my channel because it was so fucking distracting for people. And I'm more concerned with people listening to my message and the words that I'm saying versus being upset about a bun on my head. So, it's too distracting for a lot of people. So we'll just back off from that severe bun. If I do a bun, I'll probably put a piece in front or something like this, a pompadour in front of it. I think that people would be okay with it then. Because I've done the bun with the pompadour and nobody freaked out before. So that was an emotional landmine, man. It's just I step on those all the time. You just can't help it when you're on YouTube. It's just something you say or something you do and all of a sudden everyone's upset and you're just like, this? Okay, guys. Also, everyone was really upset at my Dunkirk saying that I wasn't interested in Dunkirk, and oh, you hate the troops, and it's no, I fucking support the troops and their sacrifice and all that sort of shit. It could be an amazing movie on its own right, but I was just saying World War II movies I'm just a little bored of, and I think it's kind of been done to death. The show was also called Preconceived Notions, and I also did say take everything I say with a grain of salt, so the whole point of the video is that I'm being a judgmental asshole without knowing what the fuck I'm talking about. That's the whole point of the video, and then you guys take it too seriously, and then I get hate on Twitter for it, and it's just whatever, guys, you guys need to calm down. So lastly, I do want to cover this is YouTube news. I don't do a lot of YouTube news because it makes me want to blow my brains out every time I see new YouTube news. It's always silly. And so now, supposedly, from what I hear, we have a lot of major advertisers pulling out of YouTube. So that means that my ad revenue is probably getting ready to take a shit. It's going to shit the bed. Although it was kind of shit before anyways, so it doesn't really matter for me personally. And it does affect smaller YouTubers who are looking to quit their day job and who are looking to just live off of ad revenue. But personally, my show has never been able to live off of ad revenue alone. We have never made enough money from that. It doesn't even pay my rent for most months. There's the odd month here and there where we'll kill it if we get a viral video, but that's very few and far between for us. So, and that's why I diversify my portfolio by doing things like Kickstarters, calendars. We have a Patreon running right now, which I'm actually getting ready to overhaul and reboot. So that's going to be rebooted very, very soon. I'm going to tighten it up. I'm going to meet with Patreon tomorrow and talk with them more about it. They got a lot of ideas for me to kind of make it a little different. And then also another way to support the show is to get on board the Dune hype train. Whoop whoop! We're gonna go read a book together this summer. I'm looking to start reading the book June, July, August. We're getting ready to put the Dune box on pre-sale where you get a signed book, you get a Comic Book Girl 19 Dune bookmark with a Spice Melange necklace. It'll be longer than this. This is just a tester I've been wearing around to make sure it doesn't break and like how long you can wear it. And you will also get a Dune pen and a Atreides hot crest. It's really cool. And yeah, and you also get to read a fucking awesome book with a fucking awesome person. So I think it's like a win-win-win all around. So yeah, it sucks that the advertisers are pulling out. It will affect me in some ways. But at the end of the day, that's why I do things like the Dune box. And this is why I'm doing things like Patreon, because that's, you guys are really like what puts the bread and butter on my table. It's not Google, so, and you guys have been good to me and you guys have been able to keep food on my table. I mean, it's not like, I'm not eating roast duck every night, but like I'm eating, so, I'm good. I would like some roast duck, but I mean, I get that like every couple of years I'll get a roast duck, So that's it for Bullshit Movie News today, guys. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and make sure, this is some new stupid thing that I have to tell you about. This is such a stupid thing. There's like a little bell that you gotta click somewhere on the page to make sure that it notifies you when I have new videos that come out. So if you do subscribe and you do want to keep on top of our videos, then make sure to click that bell, like the taco bell. If you want to know more about what memes I'm laughing about, follow me on Instagram. If you want to see me fight with people and be snippy, kind of an asshole, follow me on Twitter. Yeah, so I'm off to see, actually right now I'm off to see Ghost in the Shell, and then tomorrow we're going to do a review of Ghost in the Shell, and whatever. I gotta get out of here. I'm already late.